Okay, so I guess you're seeing my Microsoft Azure account, which is clean right now. It was filled up yesterday. So I cleaned up all the container apps and the resource groups. So um, today, I guess I'm quite done with Grafana stuff. I have configured the alerts and I have, you know what? I have just created a basic flow with Grafana and all the tech stacks that I was using. So today I thought of doing something with Kafka because this is something that is indispensable when we are uh, programming something. We are programming a flow, uh, workflow. So I'll go to the code first. There are two things in Kafka. One is the consumer, one is the producer. So I have worked in the consumer part actually. So the producer part has been taken care of the other team. So basically, these are standalone program in my configuration here because I'm doing it locally. So, but in generally speaking, it would be a separate services. There would be a service for producing, there would be service for consuming. So I have worked in the consumer service. uh, so what my idea was behind this experiment is, um, I wanted to dispatch uh, concurrent data, flush concurrent data all together at one go, uh, to the consumer and see how the consumer reacts and stores it to the database. So that's what I was actually trying to, uh, that was the flow that I'm trying to implement. It is a very basic flow, but yes, concurrency is a very important topic that has been asked in interviews because it is my personal experience. So that's why I thought of, um, but in general I haven't worked with this kind of stuffs, uh, like for concurrency and all of this, because generally what the scenario in which I have worked is like a cron. The cron would be getting all the records from the to the consumer from the producer based on the topics. These are basic stuffs of Kafka. I'm not going to go into that because I'm not teaching. I'm not here to teaching. I'm just here to explain myself. So, uh, what I was saying is, the Kafka producer here. I implemented the threading pattern to dispatch concurrent records all together to at one go to the consumer and see how the consumer behaves. So this is what you can see. I have used the thread and the sent data, and there are a number of threads are 50, and the records per thread is 100. So every thread will have 100 data dispatched to there. Okay, so this was all about Kafka producer, the basic configuration, the basic syntax, basic setups are all same. We just have to adjust that in various scenarios in which we are coding. That's what I understand when I am setting up a configuration, an unknown configuration in a unknown scenario. That's what I do. So that was about the producer. I'll invoke it from the command line. Now comes the consumer. So this is where we'll have a topic, and uh, we will have this records being sent from the producer to the consumer based on the topic. And here I have done some kind of configurations to invoke this from the command line. But It is absolutely not necessary. So Redis is another thing that I've used, so that I'll store the unique. Yes, one is concurrency, one is unique records being stored in the database. We don't want uh, ambiguous data to getting stored in the database. So that's why this cache is Redis is basically the cache layer. So the cache layer is there, which actually calculates the uniqueness of the record. So this is all set up. I have gotten myself subscribed to a database, a cloud database. So I'm absolutely sorry about my pets behaving like this, but I cannot do anything about that. They are actually, there's some, I have got three dogs in my home, and they're quarreling among themselves. So I cannot do anything. I don't handle them directly. So I leave them, whatever they want to do, they do that. So I just, uh, you know, extremely sorry if it has been, if you're able to hear them uh, barking, then I'm sorry. Okay, so uh, this is the database, and these are the key types. I've gotten myself subscribed to a cloud service for Redis, and I'm choosing set key because, as we all know, in Python, we if you want something uniqueness, we want something unique, uh, then we go for the set operator. So sorted set, I could also have gone. We could also go there, but I chose for simplicity the set operator. So let's go back to the code. Here is the consumer. This is the loop that actually sees if there is a record in the database, in the cache database or not, which is Redis. If it is there, then continue. It will again go to this. Continue means from here the control will go to this, from to here. If uh, this check is surpassed, then it will go and store it in the database. So I'm calling, since I'll call that, basically it will be a service that will have API calls. uh, this will be under basically either in cron or API calls, so that it will invoke automatically in the application. But here, since I'm not going to that complex architecture right now, because I don't have any time. I'm not uh, architecting any enterprise app right now. So this is just for interview. So that's why I've tried to keep things simple. So this is all about the Kafka producer and consumer. And this is the Docker. I'll spin this up in some time. So this is the Zookeeper, Kafka. These are all Kafka configurations. This is the database. Uh, the place where it will get stored is basically inside the Docker only. I'm not using any standalone um, a database right now. So whatever database, this is the image here. So in this particular image that I'll spin up for this particular time, the database would get temporarily created with these credentials in that uh, uh, image. So once we change the image, the database will be gone. So this is how the things work in Docker. So this is the application configuration. So what I'll do is I'll just quickly go to my command line and spin up. Let me just check if everything is fine. Yeah, everything is fine. So I can spin up the um, Docker. So it will create all the necessary stuffs. Um, as you can see, everything is getting created. Kafka is also there. Okay, now everything is fine. I'll show you in my Docker. So this is the container that I spun up. So these are the services that are actually getting started. So this is the Postgres, this is the Zookeeper, this is um, the Django app. As you can see, it is running. So we can see that from the Docker as well. Now, what I'll do is, this is for the producer, this window is for the producer, this window is for the consumer. So what I'll do is, I'll just keep my uh, I'll I'll run this particular, what I'm doing over here is I am uh, SSHing inside uh, the container that I spun up, because I'm dealing with Docker. So I'm SSHing into that and running this particular file inside that image, not in my in my host system, in my computer. In the inside that image, I'm running that. So I'll also do similar things from here. We'll do the consumer. I'll do this parallelly. So here you could see the messages are getting produced, and here the messages will get consumed. So once here the messages got produced. So this is the data that I showed, and as you can see, you can also confirm uh, the format, the syntax, the record ID, and the data is there. Here also the record ID and the data is there. As you can see, it is getting consumed. Okay, inserted, and all of this is getting consumed. It is it produced, I think it is sending this data, and it is consuming this data over here. It is inserted because this log is coming from this consumer. Here from this is inserted. So uh, whenever there is a data which is already there in the cache, it will just uh, continue to that and will not store it. So we'll see the Redis. So I'll just refresh it, and I can see a key which is a set type, and these are the records that are already been processed, and we don't want to store that uh, in the database. So let's go to the database. Okay. uh, Let me see if I can show you from the beginning how to get into the database. So this is the database. Okay, I'm using PSQL to log into the database. It will ask me for the password. I have to get the password actually. I'll get it from the Docker file. It's the Postgres password. So I just logged into my DB. What I'll do is I'll do DT to see all the tables. So I saw all the tables. So there should be something called as data API to data record. That is the name of the table. So you can see all these things are stored. Um, if I go over here, if I take this and search it over here, because there's no results found, because it is a unique record. So it will it did not got inserted uh, into the into the database, so will not find this one. um, I can also do the reverse thing. So I'll just refresh this, and what happened? Okay, no. Oh, I think okay, it's still inserting. Okay, cool. What happened? No limit. So there was some caching issue with the cache itself, I guess. That's why. So if I take this key and if I go over here and I'll just, okay, it's a lot getting stored. Okay, where and what's that record ID? Okay, record ID is this. I did not get anything because it is, I'm doing the reverse lookup. So here it is also not storing the uh, it's not storing the kind of unique records. So if I to see whether I'm wearing it correct or not, I'll just copy this one and put it over here. Okay, cool. I got this record, and if I go to the previous one, okay, so I have to give this one also because it is a string, right? So it is not a number, it's a string. So there is only one record of here. So in that case, we did not get any record because it is not storing the duplicates record. And here we are getting only one record, right? So only one instance is getting stored. The other instance that is getting produced, it is getting stored in the cache, and it is simply not going to the create command whenever it is hitting that condition check that I mentioned. It is just going back to the loop and then doing things again. I know becoming a lot of I'm becoming a lot of techie over here, but yeah, this what's the thing is. So quite cool with whatever uh, thing I've done today. So yeah, fine, I'm good.